Imagine you are a newborn baby. You've just arrived in the world, and you are hungry. Naturally, you expect the food your parents provide. Today, that probably means a sterilized bottle of formula, or a precisely measured jar of organic apple and kale puree. But take away the blenders, the grocery stores, the refrigerators, and the plastic packaging. How on earth did early humans keep their babies alive? Without access to grocery store shelves, our ancestors had to figure out infant nutrition using only what nature provided. And the reality of what ancient babies actually ate is far more surprising, extreme, and ingenious than you might think. For the vast majority of human history, the default baby food was exactly what you'd expect: breast milk. But human ancestors didn't just nurse for a few months. In early hunter-gatherer societies, extended breastfeeding was the ultimate survival tool. Anthropologists estimate that our Paleolithic ancestors nursed their children for up to 3, 4, or even 5 years. This wasn't just about nutrition, it was natural population control. Frequent nursing suppresses ovulation, which kept mothers from having too many children at once when food was scarce. But what happened when the baby needed more calories, or when the mother's milk supply wasn't enough? Babies don't have teeth for the first few months, and yet they need to grow rapidly. This brings us to the most universal, yet mostly forgotten, ancient feeding method: pre-mastication. Pre-mastication, or pre-chewing food, sounds unappetizing to our modern, sanitized ears. But before the invention of the food processor, it was the only way to turn tough, raw meat and roots into baby-friendly mush. Mothers, and sometimes other members of the tribe, would chew adult food until it reached a soft, paste-like consistency, and then transfer it directly into the baby's mouth. This method was brilliant for 2 reasons. First, it acted as a mechanical blender, breaking down tough proteins. Second, it introduced the baby's immune system to the mother's antibodies and beneficial bacteria, helping to build the infant's gut microbiome. In fact, this practice is still used in many traditional cultures around the world today, bridging the gap between liquid and solid food long before the invention of baby cereal. As babies grew older, their diets diversified, based entirely on geography. Survival depended on the environment, meaning an ancient baby's diet in the Ice Age looked completely different from one in the tropical rainforest. In coastal areas, babies might be introduced to soft mashed shellfish, bone marrow rich in essential fats, or soft inner parts of fish. In inland and forest settings, the diet leaned heavily toward gathered insects, soft berry mashes, and starchy underground tubers that were boiled or roasted over a fire until soft. Unlike today, there were no specialized baby menus. Babies simply ate whatever the adults were eating, just broken down into smaller digestible portions. They were eating the local environment from day one. Then, around 10,000 years ago, everything changed. We discovered agriculture. Suddenly, humans were settling down and growing crops like wheat, barley, and rice. We also began domesticating animals for their milk. This agricultural revolution created a whole new problem for infant feeding. For the first time, mothers had access to grains, which allowed them to make early forms of porridge and gruel by boiling grains in water or animal milk. But this new diet came with a hidden danger. Without modern hygiene, the introduction of animal milk and stagnant water often led to bacterial contamination. Infant mortality rates actually rose during the early agricultural period compared to the hunter-gatherer era, largely due to unsafe weaning foods. To solve the problem of feeding babies when breast milk wasn't an option, ancient humans had to get creative. Archaeologists have discovered tiny ancient clay vessels with small spouts dating back to the Bronze and Iron Ages. These are the world's first baby bottles. Chemical analysis of these ancient pots has revealed traces of animal fats from sheep, goats, and cows. But historians believe these ancient formulas weren't always safe. Without refrigeration or proper sterilization, the animal milk would quickly spoil. It turns out that raising a baby thousands of years ago was a constant, precarious balancing act between providing enough calories and keeping the food safe from illness. When we look back at the historical journey of infant nutrition, we realize how lucky we are today. We have refrigerators, formula safety standards, and endless options. But it also shows us just how resilient the human body is. Our ancestors survived millions of years of scarcity and tough environments without standard baby food. In a way, the diverse instinctual methods our ancestors used, from extended nursing to pre-chewing to utilizing local resources, are the exact reason the human species is here today. They adapted to what they had, ensuring the next generation survived. What do you think is the most surprising thing ancient babies ate? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the weird history of human survival.